Did you sleep well?
Good morning. Yeah, pretty well. Eventually, that is.
Tell me you were up half the night reading again.
What are you talking about?
I see you take a book out of one of the cartons, and next morning the bookmark's halfway through it.
Maybe I'm a speed reader. Hey, do me a favor. Play that for me.
Play what?
You know, the song. The song you played last night, the music box tune?
Not now. Come on, let's have breakfast.
Now, come on, Emily. Please play it for me. I really need to hear it.
No, Kirk. Because of the way it upset you.
Well, Emily, it upset me because it reminded me of something. Couldn't get to sleep till late last night because I was trying to make some sense out of the image it gave me. The carousel.
No, Kirk, I told you about the carousel. That's what put the image in your head. I told you the music box was in the shape of a carousel.
What about the picnic, Emily? Did you tell me about that?
No.
And the girl in the sunlight?
Look, could we go in and have breakfast now? I have to do shopping this morning.
Emily, please. Please play it for me again. I really need to hear it. I thought I remembered it, but the melody's gone out of my head.
All right. I don't know if I can remember it.
Hello. Oh, yeah. Send her up. Sure. What's she doing? Good morning. What are you doing back so soon? Huh? Well, vacation's over, dummy. You know it's going to be short.
Yeah, but Oh, well, you weren't expected back until late tonight.
Well, that was the original plan, but Miles got a forensic assignment that only he could handle.
Oh, no.
Well, hey, can I help you? Look, I consider myself lucky. The call came in 3 days ago, and we could have cut the vacation short then. But, as it was, we got almost as much time as we were supposed to.
Did you have a good time? I mean, did you have fun? You look wonderful. You must have had a good time.
We had a great time.
Here.
It was terrific. It couldn't have been more perfect. It was a conspiracy of angels with one devil here in Monticello.
Chief Mallory, huh?
No. Logan.
Logan? Logan called Miles?
Well, sure, don't you remember that night that he was here and he asked to speak to Miles?
Well, yeah. Yeah, but I had no idea he was going to talk to Miles about anything like that.
Well, he did, and he must have made it sound important, too, because I think it bothered Miles for the rest of the vacation. In fact, I know it bothered him because I beat him 6-2, 6-0, and 6-4.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that explains a lot. It explains Logan's change of attitude that night. I'm going to have to talk to him. I really think it took a lot of nerve to ruin your vacation like that.
Oh, no, listen, don't bother him. It didn't really spoil anything.
You sure? I know how much you two needed this vacation. From the looks of you, it did you a world of good.
Well, I think it helped Miles out a little bit, too. You know, I haven't seen him look this relaxed in months. However, driving back, he looked a little tense again.
Oh, come on, it probably had to do because he was upset with his vacation being over.
No, I don't think it had anything to do with that. I think it had to do with his business at police headquarters. That's where he went first thing.
Didn't go home first?
He dropped me off at the door, and then he went straight off to meet Chief Mallory and Logan, too, probably.
Boy, this must be an important case.
Yeah. And naturally, it had to do with an autopsy. Wonderful way to end a vacation, huh?
Yeah, you're right. Doesn't make any sense with two bodies to be handcuffed together like this. Somebody must have come along and separated them and then thought better of it and put the cuffs back on him.
Mm-hmm. Just don't ask us why, Miles. We haven't come up with any acceptable answers.
Oh, Mike's got a couple of theories, but we'd have a hard time proving them.
Theories are going to do us no good until we make definite identification of that body.
Well, you mean to say you didn't exhume both of them?
No, just Scott. There's no need to bring up Dwyer. He wasn't so badly burned. His son identified him.
That's right, I remember. Well, look, whatever happens this morning, whatever we find out, I think it's a good idea if we do not tell April. I think that's unnecessarily cruel.
That's why we came up with a story for the exhumation.
Well, it wasn't a complete fiction. After all, Draper was under the jurisdiction of the state when the wreck occurred. If he did make an escape attempt, then we're within
What
our...
are you saying, Logan? You knew Draper as well as anybody else. You know
Miles,
he didn't try to
hey, I
escape.
didn't mean to suggest for a moment that he might have taken advantage of the situation. For all we know, Dwyer himself freed Draper from those cuffs.
Now, wait a second. Somebody on the rescue team told me that Dwyer was pinned under a lot of wreckage. Maybe Scott had no choice.
Right.
You really both think it's possible the other body is not Draper, that he got away, that he wasn't killed?
Not in the fire, anyway.
That's right. Almost as many people were drowned as were burned in the wreck.
He may have saved himself from one fate just to suffer another. And if not, where is he?
Well, see, that's just the point. Where would he be?
Yeah, you've heard by now that Nola Madison confessed to killing April's mother and that she's in jail for the crime.
And even if he hadn't, even if he were still trying to hide, which I find to be very unlikely, he still would have made an effort to get in touch with the one person in this world who means the most to him.
Somehow, some way, he'd have gotten back to April.
And since he hasn't, that's why I think we're mistaken about this. There's got to be another answer.
Can you think of one?
No.
Did you get in touch with Dr. Wexler?
Yes, I did. I've got Draper's dental x-rays right here. Complete set.
No, these will do fine.
Also, Dr. Wexler says he will be available tomorrow if you need consultation.
I don't think we need to wait that long. I've done some dental identification work myself. If you give me about an hour, I should be able to tell you whether or not the body is Draper's.
Okay. We'll see you down there shortly.
April said her brother's coming back this evening, and she's promised to talk to him about that job just as soon as possible.
I'll get those books you want out of the closet.
Okay. You know, that poor man, he doesn't even know there's an opening. His nurse hasn't broken the news to him yet. Really would be wonderful working there, though, since it's the only thing I'm qualified to do, work for a doctor. Working for Daddy those 10 years. It didn't even seem like a job.
Yeah, well, don't get your hopes up. The woman's done so much for us. I'm sure she's going to get tired of playing the Good Samaritan sooner or later.
Well, don't forget, we're doing her a favor, too.
How? By buying her house?
No, I mean Molly. We're getting Molly to work for her.
Yeah, you're doing Molly the favor. The only thing she'd like more is to come here and work for us.
Which is totally out of the question. But she'll be nearby, and she'll be working for a friend.
Does she sound all that enthusiastic about it?
Oh, Kirk. I wish you could have heard her when I told her. She was so happy she almost cried. She was a little intimidated when I told her it was a penthouse, though.
Well, for someone who hates the city as much as she does, this is a big step.
Yeah. I told her that a penthouse is really terrific, and it's much quieter than most city apartments. I think that made her feel a little bit better. And, of course, I told her what a wonderful employer she'll have.
You really seem like you're getting to like this woman.
Oh, Kirk, she's an angel. I just wish I could get the two of you together so you could see for yourself. She really gets a lot of pleasure out of helping people. You know, I think I could be like that myself someday. But not now. I'm much too selfish.
You selfish? No. You're anything but selfish.
Would you stop that?
Stop what?
Playing that damn piano. You're making me sorry I had it brought here.
Because of one song?
Because of what that song did to you.
What that song did to me was give me another image from my past. Picnic in the sunshine.
You said it was cold.
The carousel. I can see it. It was going round. I can hear the music, see the horses going up and down. It was empty, though. But I could still see it going around.
I'm sure it was just a childhood memory. The woman was probably your mother.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't think so. I can't see her face. The sun is so bright. It's obscuring everything, making her hair all that much more golden.
You mean she was a blonde, this woman?
I can't tell. The sun is so bright. Maybe it's making her look more fair than she is. I don't know. Hey, what's the matter?
Nothing.
I upset you, didn't I?
No.
Oh, I did. I hurt you, and I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Kirk, can't you understand how this makes me feel? Hearing you talk about another woman. A woman you could have loved. Maybe somebody you still love. If that were true, I just couldn't stand it. I just couldn't.
Oh, yeah, Becky Goodman was wonderful with Adam. I don't think he missed us at all.
Oh, I certainly doubt that.
Well, anyway, we're lucky to have her.
Hey, listen, I may have found a gem of my own.
Oh, yeah?
Well, Emily Michaels, the lady who's buying my house, had this wonderful housekeeper. Actually, it was her father's housekeeper. The woman's name is Molly Sherwood, and she worked for the family for about 10 years.
Oh, then she should know how good she is.
Emily swears by her, says that she'll get along wonderfully with Julia and that she'll have this house ticking like a clock in no time at all, which would be a wonderful thing, considering I've just realized what a lousy housekeeper I am.
Oh, that's not true. You're wonderful. Remember the way you used to keep the house going and you were working at the studio?
Well, maybe since I stopped working, I've lost my knack at keeping a house together. Or maybe housekeeping just doesn't thrill me with the same enthusiasm as it used to. Or maybe it's because there isn't anyone around here to tell me how absolutely wonderful I am and compliment me all the time.
Well, there's Julia.
She doesn't even talk yet.
That's true.
Oh, look, forget about that. I've got some news for you. When and if Miles ever gets to his office, he's in for a little shock. Carol Barkley is leaving. She's getting married.
Oh, fantastic.
I think you know the guy. He is an ex-patient of Miles, works for this big corporation. Well, the corporation is transferring him. That's why she has to leave.
I'm going to have to call her right away. That's great. You're right, though. Miles is not going to be very happy about this.
Well, I have some even better news. I have also found Carol Barkley's replacement, Emily Michaels.
The same woman?
The same woman. I think she's going to be perfect. Look, she's very intelligent. She's a very sweet lady. And she's also had experience. Her father was a doctor, and she handled his practice for years.
What do you know?
I know that she's not a nurse. But I don't think Miles' practice really needs a nurse anymore, do you? I mean, don't you think it's a good idea? Tell me.
Well, sure, it's a good idea. I don't know if you like her. I'm sure Miles will like her. She wouldn't happen to be a teenager, would she?
No, why?
Oh, it's a joke. I'm still trying to figure out who that strange girl was who was following me around before I left.
What strange girl?
I told you. I didn't tell you. Well, she was a very pretty teenage girl. She was hanging around the studio and hanging around the studio coffee shop when I was there. And the morning I left, she was hanging around outside of the house.
It's very peculiar, too.
Yeah, well, I think it was her anyway. Becky saw her when she came in, and then Miles went out to see her, and she wasn't there. It's kind of strange, isn't it?
5, 6, 7, 8. Keep those arms straight. All right, wait a minute. try to remember what the audience is seeing. You're not dancing for your own amusement. Now, think of your arms as the crossbar of the letter T and stretch. Reach out to both sides of the stage and as if you're going to touch them. And let's try it again, okay? 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, take a 10-minute break and we'll start again, all right? Keep your legs warm.
Hi.
How you doing, Sleeping Beauty?
Okay. I came to thank you about the tip for the waitress job. I got it.
Well, congratulations. Does that mean you want to start those dance lessons?
Well, sure. If you can take me on credit. I haven't made any money yet.
Yeah, that's okay with me. Well, the only thing is you'll have a few more expenses in dance lessons, won't you?
Nothing more important.
Not even food, clothing, and shelter?
I don't eat more than one meal a day. I have to keep my weight down now, don't I? Besides, I figured I'll get plenty to eat at the Unicorn.
And sleeping where?
I'll find someplace.
Listen, if you want to crash here for a couple more nights, that's okay.
Do you really mean it?
You won't be the first one.
Yeah, but you seemed so upset when you found me here.
That is different. I don't like to be surprised.
I'm really sorry about that. I didn't plan to sleep here. No, that's a lie. I did think about spending the night here the minute I saw your sign. I just had no place else to go.
You were really that broke, huh?
I gave my last few bucks to a motel on the outside of town.
Why did you decide to travel without any money? Or was that the only choice you had?
It's just time for me to move on, that's all. I didn't have time to save up.
Do you move around a lot?
As little as possible. It all depends on the opportunities.
And what kind of opportunity are you looking for in Monticello?
Same thing I always look for. A job. Friends.
Lovers?
Next question.
Do you know anybody in this town?
I told you, I'm a stranger here. Well, I guess I do know one person. It's just that she doesn't know me.
Okay, everybody, let's go. Five, 6, 7, 8.
Want some of this?
No, thank you.
What's the matter? Don't you like the atmosphere down here?
Don't think I'd want to throw a party here, no.
You get used to it when you're a cop.
I'll take your word for it when I stay in courtrooms.
How's your custody suit coming?
It's not. At least not yet. It hasn't started. Mike's pretty confident we can get the case on the calendar for next month, though.
Bet you'll be glad when it's over and done with.
Oh, yeah. That's if I get custody of my son.
You really think you've got more right to him?
Yes, I do. For one reason, I want him. Raven doesn't.
You don't think that's true?
Never been more sure of anything in my life. I can give you plenty of reasons if you've got the time. You got a week or two?
She went through an awful lot of trouble to get that boy. Some people might think she really cared for him. You think it was just spite?
Now, spite, malice, call it what you want. It certainly wasn't maternal feelings. Raven doesn't have any. She doesn't have any feelings.
That's a lousy thing to say.
Well, I'm sorry. It's funny how our conversations keep coming around to Raven these days. Now, I know you don't think as badly of her as I do, but then you're seeing her and I'm not. I'm not close enough to fall under the old spell anymore. She does. She casts a spell. She wouldn't be half as successful with men as she is if she wasn't able to convince them that she cares for them. Has she convinced you yet?
Well, What'd you find out, Miles?
It's not Draper.
Well, then. He must have drowned in the river.
He could be alive somewhere.